That's all right. Coach, wild finish, big win for you guys. Talk about that finish.
Well, we were sort of on the short end when it was against Babson, and we've been on the positive end of it. Unfortunately, many times by just not calling timeout, putting the ball in, point guards in, Sean Doncaster. Sean made the right play. He drew a couple guys, found Chris in the corner. It's great to see somebody like Chris come through in that situation. It's a really tough shot, a lefty shot on the right side. But, he's such a gym rat, and he loves basketball, and he's in the working on his game so much. Those are the kind of kids you want to see reward. I got to tell you, though, I was so impressed with Clark tonight. I feel for those kids because they played their hearts out. They played really, really good. And, it's a shame, it's a cliche, but it's a shame somebody had to lose that game because, they really, I think, earned it.
Sure. Aaron Davis talked about the maturity of this team. Not quite the words he used. He said that the team is very seasoned. So every time they made a big shot, you guys didn't panic. In fact, and bring the ball inside to a bureau or Converse. If it wasn't there, they didn't panic. You guys reset. Is that something you guys work on at practice, not panicking, or is that just something they bring to the table as athletes?
Yeah, we try to focus on those situations certainly in practice. We do a game we play a lot called stop and score, so it makes you have to get a stop and then you have to get a score, so it makes every possession crucial. So it makes guys, I think, play with that type of poise because they got to work together on both ends. The biggest thing tonight was disappointment for me was our defense. I thought we really allowed them to do what they wanted to do. Yeah, I credit Clark. I think sometimes too often the team that loses doesn't get as much credit as they should, and I really think they deserve a lot of credit for how they played the game tonight. We got to learn a lot tonight. We have to learn a lot from this game. Hopefully we will, and that's what we're doing this.
Sure. Talk about one of the key takeaways from this game. What's one thing you want to see from your team moving forward?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for us in this game is the knowledge that when you get in conference, it's harder to score. We know each other so well, and I think this year, this game, and a couple times this year in conference, I think when we've gotten some leads, like we had a 10-point lead in the first half or something like that, we've given those leads away. And that's really a lesson we got to understand is it's a long game and how you play every possession. You got to play it like, whether you're up 10 or down 10, you got to play it the right way. And I think that's hopefully a lesson we can take from tonight.
Coach, congratulations.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.